Coming
after
up
the
next
draft was
on the
over,
Heritage Podcast.
the Houston Texans called me.
Mm-hmm.
They said, Mack Brown, we're going to bring you here for rookie minicamp. You got 2 days to prove if you're a good player. After 2 days, you go home.
Sheesh.
So rookie minicamp, you're not a priority free agent or a draft pick. So draft picks and priority free agents, you on the team for sure. A rookie minicamp invite, you just got 2 days to show your talent. I got the ball, and remember Fred was like, he's soft, he's tired. Fred my dog now, but
Yeah.
I remember we said that. I remember the first play, I just shot through the hole. Went right past him. And by that time, looking at him like, it's on now.
You said who saw who?
And
What?
we had Joe Kite, you had Moose, so we had a great defense. But my thing is, I'm on a team with a lot of great athletes. But I wanted to bring something to the offense. Like, listen, I'm not coming here to be a part of the pack. I want to be over. I want to really help y'all lead to a championship. Like I had a key in early and just focus on where my two feet is located. That's where I'm gonna be at. I'll be present where my 2 feet is. So like I'm right here talking to you. That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm talking to you. So at that moment is, if I could train hard as I can and be the best I could be at this moment, then I'm gonna be better the next day. So I wasn't worried about what's gonna go on next. Only thing I knew is I had a dream when I was a little kid to make it to the pros, and I'll make it to reality. So no matter what toss and turns or what roadblocks I got to go through, this is my
Building a legacy, so watch how you step to me. You know it's inherited, ain't no comparison, stacking up guaranteed. Moving so militant, consistent and disciplined. Getting that paper and stacking it up, no time for no chillin', man. Building a legacy, so watch how you step to me. You know it's inherited, ain't no comparison, stacking up guaranteed. Moving so militant, consistent and disciplined. Getting that paper and stacking it up, no time for no chillin', man.
Yo, what's good? It's Sir Gates. You're now tuning into another episode of the Heritage Podcast. Hope everybody's day is going well today, man. So look, today's guest is a special guest again. All on special with our new bro for a long time. 5 years in the NFL, real estate investor. You know, he's a great dude, motivational speaker. So I got Mack Brown in the building. So what's good with you, bro? You doing all right, man?
Yes, man. I appreciate you having me on the show. I'm excited.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. So let's do it. So before I start the show, you know, what I like to do is just to break the ice real quick a little bit. You got the deck of cards right here, right? So I'm gonna pull a card. I don't know what it's gonna say, but we both gonna answer the question. It ain't nothing crazy, or like outlandish. So it's gonna see what it is. So this get it going. So let's see what the first card gonna be. Let's see. All right. You have $100K. You have to donate or create a charity. What do you do?
Donate or create a charity. I'm gonna create a charity.
Well, what kind of charity would you do?
So I have a charity. It's called Built Tough. And the charity I do, I make sure I give money back for the kids for scholarships. Because you know a lot of kids, they don't have the funds to go to college.
Facts.
And that's our future of our world is the kids. So
Facts.
Definitely do that first.
Facts. Myself, I do the same thing because I like to give back to the community. So I'll definitely start a charity to pretty much kind of look out for the youth and to. My whole thing is like I love to try to instill discipline and consistency. So I'll do something of that nature. Like I always want to do, and I know I'm going to do it one day. Is I want to kind of bring the element of the military to the civilian world for like the youth. Just that structure, that discipline.
Smart.
Just to, and it's like gonna be like a minister boot camp, but with the same morals that's going to be instilled into the children. So if I had that to do that, that's definitely what I would do for sure. So
I agree. I mean, I won't lie to you. Growing up, my dad was like that.
Yeah.
Kind of militant, like make sure we're on schedule. Like even now, like I tell my people, like I got to leave the house at this time so I can get here at this time.
Man, I am the same way. It's a struggle trying to get my girl on point with it sometimes, but it's just a woman thing. But so we're going to hop right into it, man. So again on the podcast, what I love to do is just start at the beginning, you know, from childhood, growing up. Just want to get your origin story, right? Because somebody who may be listening or watching may get motivated from it, inspired, and just get that spark into them to say, like, hey, I can do this too. I want to do this as well. So just take us back to young Matt growing up, like where you grew up from, where you grew up at, the household, just those type of things. So how was Mack Brown's childhood growing up?
You know what? It was fun growing up. You know, I was born in Decatur.
Shout out to Decatur, East Side.
Born in Decatur, so you know, so on that side of town that we moved to close to Stone Mountain, and that's where I played my first year of football at. It was at Redan Park. But I played baseball and football, so I played baseball first at Way Walker and football first at Redan Park. But you know, growing up, my parents knew I was always great in doing stuff. Like even when I was playing tag in my class in kindergarten, people couldn't catch me, and my mom was like, "You too active." She's like, "You too active. You got to get to football." And my dad was like, "Nah, you might get hurt. You might get hurt." And I remember I don't remember, but my mom told me like a couple years ago, she's like, your first practice, you went untouched like every play. And that season, I scored 41 touchdowns that year.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know about football. And my dad, like, you see my number growing up, I had a 33 number. You know, 33 is kind of like old school number. Like, you know, people, when we was growing up, they wanted 1, 2, 21.
7 and 3s, the small numbers.
But my dad instilled that in me early, like, Tony Dorsett was a great back. You know, he loved the Cowboys. So I was like, okay, I'll keep 33. And just growing up in the community with a lot of athletes in DeKalb County, I always wanted to be the best. Like, I took it serious early. You know, I always tell people, keep 2 feet in, no matter what you do in life, right? So for me, you know, every time I touched the field, I wanted to score. Every time I touched the field, I wanted to dominate. You know, playing running back, you as a little kid, people always want to hit you. But my thing is I want to hit first. So that's why, you know, growing up was fun. You know, from 60 pound to 105 to 11 to 12, unlimited weight, I always wanted to be the best player I can be.
Yeah, man. So pretty much, how you saying growing up, it was your household was just a place of motivation and inspiration for you. There was no. Did you have experience any times where, as far as like struggle or those kind of situations, or was it just pretty much a smooth selling childhood growing up for you?
You know what? It wasn't smooth selling, but my parents did great. And I grew up in, you know, a full household. My mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters. I got 2 older sisters. My dad worked all day long. He worked from 5 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night. He do HVAC. So he more like a, you know, on the foot grind, old school. And my mom, she wasn't working at first growing up. And then she started working like around middle school. And after that, we got to high school, my parents got divorced. So like I said again, it wasn't smooth selling, but they did their best they can. But once they got divorced, it kind of got hard. You know, we ended up moving out. I moved with my aunt for a little bit. Me and my dad, my mom moved with her sister for a couple months. And just that one process of the divorce happened, that's around 9th grade, 10th grade, I said, whoa, this different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm used to being in the house with my 2 sisters, my mom and my dad. Now I'm in the basement with my dad and my mom with my aunt and my sister with my aunt. So I'm used to seeing 4 people every day, and now I'm only seeing 1. You know what I'm saying? So from that process on, I said, I got to take football serious. You know, I got to take it serious. I got to get a scholarship. I said, because in the midst of one thing happening, what I'm going to do next? So I took it serious from that point on. That was 9th grade, 10th grade. You know, I dominated. I know we got more questions coming up, but
it
was cool. It was great. You know, great parents. Nobody on drugs. You know, they always took care of us. They loved us. We went to the best school. Like Marvin Theme School was a great theme school growing up. But like I said again, once the divorce happened, that's when things got rocky.
So like when that divorce happened, did it take you through like a mental turmoil, like in a bad way, or and then also a second part to that question? I know you said like you took football serious. Like this is what I gotta do at that point. Was that in efforts to try to like bring your family back together in some kind of way, or was it just your outlet of dealing with what was going on at the time?
So if I jump back a little bit, so 7th grade was the year I really took football serious. That year we had a championship game against, I played for Central DeKalb at the time. And that year we had a championship game against Old National. Old National Gold. Everyone kept saying this running back named DJ was the best running back in the league. And I'm just smiling like, okay, I think so. We'll see. So we get to the game. Our team got in a car accident. So it was a car accident on 75. So half of my team couldn't play the first half. They couldn't play to the 3rd quarter. So first half was only 4 starters on offense. So I remember I was in the huddle. This is 7th grade. That's why I knew that things changed, like the clock changed. Like as an athlete, in that 7th grade, it's a different term. It's different time to turnover. It's different turnover. It's like you got a lot of kids that's great between kindergarten through 6th. 7th grade, that's when you start seeing who gonna be great.
Development.
Development. And I remember that first half. I said, you know what? I said, just give me the ball. I said, I got this. Just give me the ball. And I remember that was in 7th grade. And that half, I was doing moves. I seen people on TV doing moves. I started doing all type of moves. And I remember after the game, it was a write up, and it was like, this guy right here is special. So jump forward back to 9th grade, and when the divorce happened, you know, I just remember everything happened for 7th grade, 8th grade. I'm like, man, I changed my team dynamics. I'm just doing a lot of good things. So when I seen the divorce happen and we end up, you know, separating, I told myself, I said, I got to take football serious. And like the question you asked me, like football did bring my family together. Because on Friday Night Lights from 10th grade to senior year or 10th grade through college, all my family came together to watch me play.
I remember it.
Yeah. All my family, my sisters at the game, my aunt came to the game, my grandparents, uncle, cousins, everyone to come see the show. And my thing was I had to put a show on.
Yeah.
And that was
so
it.
Who was your favorite football player growing up, and well, of course, running back would be the position. But who did you idolize and look up to as an athlete?
You know what? I ain't really start watching football till around like 6th grade, I believe. I was watching a lot of baseball. I love Chipper Jones growing up, yeah. But football-wise, the person I idolize, I love Mike Vick growing up. And I won't say he's a running back. So I like Mike Vick a lot. I like Terrell Owens a lot.
Okay.
But running back-wise, Ladainian Thomason.
Okay.
LT.
LT was a beast. He always a beast, yeah.
He do that little flip. Yeah, he was a beast. I wore his cleats in high school, but growing up like that, elementary school and middle school, it was T.O. and Mike Vick. And then basketball was Kobe, So those are my 3 athletes I just love watching. Like
they got and you can see within you the mindset they had is reflecting. So I can tell when you say those names, it make a lot of sense. Because I remember it probably wasn't the first time we met, but you came to MLK in what grade?
11th grade.
11th grade.
Yeah.
So 'cause I remember one day, cause I was playing football in 9th and I think 10th, but before you even came, it was just a talk. We getting Mack Brown coming over here, right? And I was like, everybody like, who? Some people knew, of course, because you ran track too, right?
Yeah, I did run track.
Yeah, so people knew. I was like, who is Mack Brown? Who is Mack Brown? Once you came, it was over with. Whoever was starting and running at the time, this shit was dead, dog.
You know what's crazy? Like, I remember that. I came from Rita in 10th grade, and I got my first Power 5 in 10th grade from Michigan. When I got to MLK, MLK was like, once you get there, we all in high school, we kids. So people on the team was like, nah, man, you wasn't that good. We had a running back named Cordero. He was the best running back. In my head, I'm thinking, but like people don't understand what I've been through the last couple of years. Like, my parents got divorced. Like, y'all feeding me right now. So everything y'all saying, I'm using. I'm storing that in my head. Like, this real. Like, I ain't gonna fight you, but this real. This is what I do. Y'all play with it. Y'all go to practice. And y'all want to see the girls and have fun. This shit what I do. That's what I live.
And it showed, bro. So I'm telling you, once you came. The domination was so real. It was just like, damn, as soon as Matt hit the field, if you started or whatever, you ain't starting no more. But the yards and the numbers you was putting up, you gave the morale to the school. Like, we got the best back out here in the league right now in high school football. So you can tell you put that work in and was on your game, bro.
I remember like yesterday, man, first day of practice with MLK, I just had a morning workout. My trainer named Mr. Curtis and Tucker. So I left weights that morning. So when I got to MLK around at 11 o'clock on practice, I started throwing up. It was like, oh, this guy, remember Fred Barnes? Yeah. Like, this guy, he's not that good. He's tired. He can't finish the workout. So I remember I'm storing that in my head. So, but I'm training before they even get there. I'm training 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm running by myself with my trainer, and then I come to practice after that. So I'm already fatigued before I get there. You know what I'm saying? So I remember there's a lot of guys talking trash. I remember we got the training camp. We was in North Georgia. I think it was Delonica, I believe. I think it was Delonica. I'm not sure. It was North Georgia. And, bro, I'm not lying to you, bro. Like, keep real with y'all. I ain't get taco not one time in training camp.
Damn.
Not one time. And I could probably call somebody to vouch for me, but I ain't get taco one time in training camp.
Right, I believe you, bro.
Not one time. I mean, the first time I got the ball, and remember Fred was like, he's soft, he's tired. Fred my dog now, but I remember we said that. I remember the first play, I just shot through the hole. Went right past him. And by that time, looking at him like, it's on now.
You said, who saw who?
We had Joe Kai, you had Moose. So we had a great defense. But my thing is, I'm on a team with a lot of great athletes. But I wanted to bring something to the offense. Like, listen, I'm not coming here to be a part of the pack. I want to be over the. I want to really help y'all lead to a championship. Like, I appreciate you guys bringing me in, but I want to show dominance. I want to really be the best back in the state. Because I had other stuff off the field that I wanted to prove. So just going to be okay with just my destination to show my talent. But I want to show everybody I'm the best back that touched Georgia. That was my goal.
And then, but still, real quick, shouts out to Joel Kike. Now he the coach of
my dog.
MLK
best
football team now. So that's amazing. But so how did that transition actually come to you either choosing or being recruited to MLK? Like, what happened there from, like, I'm leaving Redan and coming to MLK to play football here?
Well, I'm going to be real. 10th grade, we playing Noonan High School. We in the playoffs. They number one team in the state. We barely made it to the playoffs. We won the game in overtime. I scored last play overtime in high school, 10th grade. We played Noonan High School, number one defense in the state of Georgia. I had like 160 on them. 160, yep. And we on the goal line by the score. Our quarterback caught an audible on the 3-yard line. Threw a pick and lost the game. I took it so serious. I said, listen, I really dominated this game. We all dominated as a team. Like, I really put some yards up. Because, you control the clock, you can win a game. We control the clock, moving the sticks. And as we lost the game, I told my dad, I said, you know what? I'm leaving. But my dad was trying to get me to go to Stevenson High School since 8th grade. He wanted me to go to 9th grade and 10th grade.
The Stevenson was one of the ones back then.
Yeah, they wanted
they
go to our trail.
ones.
So I actually went to, they practiced 9th grade and 10th grade. Every year I went to one practice and went out there. And I was like, I don't want to go there. I'm going to go back to Redan.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to prove to my dad also, like, Redan can go to playoffs. Went to playoffs twice, 9th grade. 9th grade year and 10th grade year. I think it's the last time we been, but we went 9th grade and 10th grade. And then after my 10th grade year, I told my dad I wanted to leave. So I was getting recruited by Southwest Cab, Stevenson, Tucker, schools in Gwinnett, and MLK.
Some of the ones too, yeah.
And when Christmas break, me and my dad went to visit Coach Jarvis. And when we sat down, man, he had me laughing. And I was like, man, I love this coach.
Coach Jarvis was one of the best coaches ever, dog.
I fell in love with Coach Jarvis in literally 2 minutes. I told my dad when we got in the car, he's like, you want to go to Stevenson tomorrow? I said, nah, man, I'm good. I'm going to go to, I like MLK. So let me run track with my cousin and my friends one more year. And then once we went stay in track, I'm going to go to MLK. So
yeah, just speaking on Coach Jarvis, like that man, he won, like he was stern, of course, and he instilled discipline, but it's like he understood on the other side of that, people are still human, so he brought that energy of, I understand you, you know, but we here, you got a job to get done, and he really was pushing for y'all to get that job done, and any football player or any athlete he worked with, period.
Best coach
out there in MLK.
Yeah, one of the best coaches I've been around. I had a great coach at Redan too, Coach Fleetwood. I love Fleetwood, and I love my coordinator Atwater, but we had Jarvis was a good coach, man. He was a good X's and O's. He break the film down to you. He teach you football other than just pass, hit, and contact. He tell you about like off the field of like being a student of the game.
Facts, that mental part. So after you did your high school career, then you moved to college football. So just talk about that transition from high school football to college football. Like, was it difficult just to adjust to those type of play calls and in a collegiate area, or how was that transition for you going through that move?
You know, it was pretty. It wasn't too hard. I mean, like I said, I came out of high school. Well, I didn't say it yet, but I came out of high school. Top 15 in the nation in my position. So I had like every offer. When I went to Florida, we had Urban Meyer. You know, in college football, whoever recruits you is who gonna play you. So my first year, I played like 3-4 games, and then by that time mid-season, Urban Meyer was like, he's gonna step down. So he kind of advised a lot of guys like, listen, we're gonna, y'all need probably, medical red shirt, save a year because I got a new coach coming in next year. So transition-wise, it was easy my freshman year. But going to my sophomore year, a new coach came in, spring is my sophomore year, I'm balling in spring. I mean, I'm going crazy in spring ball. I'm like number 2 on the depth chart, and I break my leg.
Damn.
So that transition, that's what got me. It took me out for almost 2 years. That season and the next season, because I couldn't use my left leg.
You couldn't
really.
be 100%.
Yeah, so like I got in the game a couple of times with Charlie White. Like, I love Mack Brown. I love the way he run hard. But my DNA is not a hard runner. I run hard, but my DNA is a slasher. I'm a break long runs. So when Charlie White came in, he see me as a hard-nosed runner because I couldn't use my left leg. So I'm over here, pad, you know what I'm saying? That's not my game. My game is make a cut, let's go to work. And so that was transition was hard when the new coach came in because I was injured, and then when I got healthy, they want their guys to play. I had a great coach, Mushan, but by that time, when I did get healthy, he kind of wanted his guys to more play. Playbook wasn't too tough. It is more strenuous playbooks. A lot of, detailed information you got to learn.
Bro. I haven't been through that, but just...
It's no joke.
Yeah. High school play. So was it that much of a difference, or
it's night and day.
Damn.
High school plays might be 65 plays. College got 300 plays. Yeah. A college play, you can have one play, right? Say the play called Red Dog. Red Dog can have 4 or 5 emphasis on that one play, and you will run 6 plays from that one play.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the play could change by just the way the defense lined up, the alignment of a defense. If the linebacker play A-gap, or if it's single high, or if it's 2 safeties, split safeties, like, the playbook could change. I mean, the play calling could change in a matter of seconds.
So how did you go through that process of, like, I guess, training yourself mentally to adjust to all of these different plays and audibles in one play, and I got to learn all this stuff for this season to also, keep my position to keep going. So how did that work out? Like, what was that process of doing that?
For me, it's like, whatever you do in life, if you run the best, you want to be the best. You got to rise to that level of competition. So having guys that was before me that won national championship, that went to the SEC championship. Florida at the time was one of the top schools, like how Bama is. Still a top school, but they was winning. So once you get in there, you just got to adapt. If you want to get on this field and be part of that, 11 that's on the field playing and the crowd cheering your name on, you got to learn the plays. And we had great coaches. In college football, we got a lot of meet times. So you meet all the time. So different meetings, coach break down the family, break down the playbook. So it was like a great teacher. If I had great teachers, I probably wouldn't learn the playbook. But I had great teachers, and my quarterbacks were very intellectual. So they broke it down in kind of dummy terms for me.
Okay.
So you had to break it down in dummy terms at first when you go to college. Like, it's different ball game.
I bet, man.
Yeah.
Just seeing the actual motions and watching people play in high school and watching people play in college and transfer to the NFL.
Yeah.
Watching it is night and day. So I know, only imagine looking at those playbooks and seeing, even like, not saying it's the same as you playing Madden, but when you go on Madden, you see all those plays you got to call.
It's like that. It's like that. Yeah, it is.
God, Lisa, I know it could have took a mental strain on you. So from high school to college and before you transitioned to getting drafted to the NFL, mentally, was there any times where you was like, well, throughout your whole career, I want to quit, I want to give up, this may be too hard, or just that mental fortitude, was there any depression and anxiety? Like, did you go through those things?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you something. I mean, let's compare high school and college. Let's do that. High school, you got your classes. Would you in seven classes block schedule? Yeah. That's easy compared to college. I mean, college schedule, I'm going to break it down real quick. We have morning runs around 5 a.m., weight training, 6. You got meetings after that, right? Then you got to go straight to breakfast club, eat breakfast as a team, or you leave breakfast club, you got to go to class. So you're from class from 8 to 12, tutoring from 1 to 2. Then you got to report to state around 2:30. 2:30 meetings to 3:30, you got to get dressed. 3:45, 4, you got practice. 4 to 6:30, you practice. Get out of practice, you got study hall from 7 to 9. That's every day.
Damn.
Every day.
Yeah, that's a full
every
load,
day,
dog.
Year long. That's mentally straining on you. And now think about this too. If you have an injury, you got to go early in the morning because you got to rehab. So now that's mentally tough. And then I broke my leg. I had a crutch from the bus all the way to class.
God damn, they didn't give you one of the little.
Now back then we wasn't really on the 3 wheel. We was on just, you on that crutch. You got to go to class. So that was pretty tough. But my junior year, it was really mentally drained on me because my family supported me. Like I said again, parents divorced. So when I played football, it brought my family together. So when they was coming down from Georgia all the time to come to Florida for my games, it's a 5-hour drive there, 5 hours back. And then we don't really have money like that. So like my parents got to stay in my apartment, So we packing up in the living room on the bed.
That's love, dog.
Yeah. And they come to the game, I'm not playing. So imagine that. You at the game, your family drive all these hours, and you on the sideline sitting down. I remember one day, bro, I don't know, it was my sophomore year or my junior year, probably my senior year as well. I remember we was at this restaurant called Ale House, and my dad was looking at me. He looked sad because, I was sad. Your parents can feel your emotions. Yeah. And I'm just looking back, like, I got my head down. I remember I had like tears in my eyes. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'm like, how can I imagine myself being in this situation? Like, at one time, I feel like I was the best back that came in the cleats. Like, one time I feel like I was the best back ever. Like, I feel like God created me to be the best running back that ever lived. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm over here with this injury. I'm on a sideline. I don't know my left shoe from right shoe. Because, when you lose your confidence, you don't know about nothing no more. You don't know how to catch. You don't know how to get handoffs. So in the restaurant, I'm looking like, man, how did I get myself in this position? So I'm just thinking back the last 3 years. I'm like, I have no touchdowns. I don't got no yards. I'm not going to get drafted. I said, I'm just in a shitty situation. And I remember at that moment, I'm like, I'm not going to give up, though. So I remember going home that Christmas, Thanksgiving. I don't know, it was Christmas break or Thanksgiving break. I went home, and I got in my car, and I was driving around to all my old parks. I got out of the car. I walked on every field I played on. Citrus Cab Field, Reading Park Field. I'm walking on this field, and I'm like, man, I was a great player at one time. So I'm just trying to get my old memories. I'm just visualizing, like, I scored so many touchdowns here. I drove to Reading High School. This is one day. I drove to MLK High School. And one day, bro, no joke. Then I drove to Memorial Stadium in Panthersville. And probably around that time, I started in the morning and got to nighttime. When I got back home, I was just thinking back, like, man, I did a lot of good things growing up.
Amazing.
So I did a lot of great things. So when I got back to school, I'm on one now. I said, you know what? I know they're going to do some shit. They're going to do something. They might have benched me this season. So what I did that senior year, I was on the track every weekend, the whole summer, on the track every weekend. First game come around, I lead the team rushing, get benched second game. Second game come around, I get in the game, last play, I get hit by Reuben Foster, last play of the game. Drill, boom. I didn't touch the field to get to bowl game. But after every game of that college season, I was in my sand pit every night training. I told myself, I said, you know what? Summertime track, sand pit every Saturday, no matter if I play or not. I'm getting ready for the game. My game is spring ball. My game is April 6th. I have pro day. My pro day is my game. I'm not going to have no stats this season because I know they're not going to play me because I can see the way things go. I'm not playing. Yeah. So my pro day was April 6th. So I'm training from that last summer, every game after every football game. Bro. And pro day I balled. And I got my chance to make it to the NFL.
So how did, during those times, like for Mack Brown, how did you get through that stuff? Like, was it to take care of your mental health? Did you go for long walks, just sit down and meditate? Like, what is your process of getting out of those ruts of those downtimes whenever you do experience them and when you did experience through that time?
I had a key in early and just focus on where my two feet is located. That's where I'm going to be at. I'll be present where my 2 feet is. So like I'm right here talking to you. That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm talking to you. So at that moment is if I could train hard as I can and be the best I could be at this moment, then I'm going to be better the next day. So I wasn't worrying about what's going to go on next. Only thing I knew is I had a dream when I was a little kid to make it to the pros. And I'll make it to reality. So no matter what toss and turns or what roadblocks I got to go through, this is my journey. This is my story. I'm gonna tell one day, like how I'm telling you now. This is my story, and deep in my heart, I knew I was making it to the pros, no matter what happened. Like I really knew deep down. I told my teacher in 10th grade. She argued me. One of my teachers, she argued me in 10th grade, like, you think you all that, but I didn't.
It's always one of them.
I didn't think I was all that. Just I was a silly kid. You know, people don't know what I was going through. You know, parents divorced. You know, I was living with my aunt, with my dad. They know what I was going through. So, like, I was, like, laughing a lot, you know, joking around, but that's my fun, you know.
And I remember that a lot about you, but I promise you, in MLK, it was like...
Always laugh.
When Matt was on the field, bro was a beast, but just in class and through passing, bro, you was goofy as hell and always cracking jokes, bro.
That's it. That was
the
me.
time,
that was
bro.
Me. Yeah.
So, but it's just amazing to hear that story because anybody else, some people would have just folded and broke when they noticed I wasn't getting played. It seemed like my career and my dreams going down the drain. But that takes a lot of mental fortitude and toughness and just mental strength to push through that stuff. So I applaud you for that and to keep pushing through adversity, dog, because that's tough on some people. Everybody's not built like that,
it's
man.
It's tough, man. But one thing, too, is I don't want to make it under, but a good support system is everything. You know, my dad, every night, some days he's like, you the best. And he like, you the best, you the best, you the best I ever seen. But at the moment, I'm like, Dad, how am I the best and I can't even get on the field? Because I was discouraged, but I didn't know I was discouraged. He said, listen, you the best. You the best I ever seen touch the ball. You the best.
Speaking
my
to you.
My mom, if I'm down, my mom like, I love you. Or my sisters call me like, hey, man, we excited for you to play in the game. So my sisters and my parents, that support system was no joke. And I knew I couldn't let them down. I couldn't. And I remember in college, we had our senior speech. And before the last game of the season, you got to walk up in front of the team and speak. And I remember I broke down in front of my whole team. I was crying. I said, man, my career didn't go how I was playing. I don't remember all the words I said, but I remember the last word I did say was like, I'm going to make it to the pros. Some people probably laugh. I don't know who laughed, but some people started crying because people on my team was real close to me. Like, Mack is silly, but Mack always brings the team together.
Yeah.
And I broke down to the team. I said, I'm going to make it to the pros. I'm going to make it. And that's the last thing I said. I said, I'm going to make it.
Girl, that's wild. Yeah. That support system, like you saying. Because with me growing up, I had support, but it was like more so kind of either outside of the home because we were just trying to survive most of the time. Like my parents just go get a job, go to work, trying to help them pay bills and X, Y, and Z. So it was just being spoken into. It just wasn't there. But I growing up, of course, it's not an excuse anymore, but I see the difference of why you got to speak into your children and why you got to be that person and uplift them. Because at a young age, we're so impressionable, and it's like we trying to navigate this world the best we can.
It's hard, bro.
While not being an adult, but having that the parentals and your siblings just to say, hey, no matter what happens, we still love you. We got you. Do your thing. So I can only imagine just the fire and the flame that put into you. And now that you're saying you always knew that you was gonna make it to the pros. So let's jump to there. After college, how did that process work to when you got drafted into the NFL? So what was that like for you? Like, I know, because of course, that was your biggest dream. So just the emotions and the process. So how was that for you? You
know what? I didn't get drafted though. But that process, like I've been through that process in college. Like how low can I get?
Yeah.
Like how low can you get until you get back up? So I'm like, how low? I already been low, so I can't go any lower.
Yeah. What else?
So it's time to get up now. So like going to the pros, I had my trainer coach, David Irons, thank you for him. He found me an agent. I had my junior year, I led the team in rushing. I didn't tell you that. Led the team rushing my junior year of college. My senior year come around, they benched me. I had a lot of agents call me my junior year. So after my senior year ended, the same agents I called back, hey, man, you think you can sign me, help me pay for my all-season training or pay, help me pay for somewhere to stay at so I can make it to a team? And the guy was like, oh, nah, you're not on the draft board. We can't pay for this, can't do this, can't do that. So I had no agent. And thank God, this guy named David Glenn, appreciate him. Shout out David Glenn. He signed me, paid for my apartment for all season, and he helped me pay for my training. And that process is no joke. But by that time, I'm ready, structured, I'm ready to roll, I'm ready to make it to pro day. Like I said, April 6th is my big day. I got to train, I got to make sure I compete, I got to make sure I perform at the highest of my ability so I can have scouts choose me to get a mini camp invite. So I had paid, my agent paid for training, and I get to pro day. I run a good 40, I run a good shuttle, and after the draft was over, the Houston Texans called me. They said, Mack Brown, we're going to bring you here for rookie mini camp. You got 2 days to prove if you're a good player. After 2 days, you go home. Sheesh. So rookie mini camp, you're not a priority free agent or a draft pick. So draft picks and priority free agents, you on the team for sure. A rookie mini camp invite, you just got 2 days to show your talent.
Prove yourself.
And if you don't prove yourself, you go home and you done. Football's done.
Sheesh.
I went to mini camp, rookie mini camp, and I showed out. I mean, at one-on-ones, I made people miss. Kick off turn, punt return, I'm scoring. I'm catching passes, shaking people, scoring. Running back drills, I look the most fluid. Come back in the after rookie minicamp ended, Bill O'Brien called me in his office. He was like, he said, hey man, what school you played at? He said, I'm just joking. You played at Florida, right? He's like, what happened at Florida? I was like, man, I had some good players in front of me. They was better than me. That's why I said it like that. I don't want to say coach did me wrong. I said they was better than me at the moment.
It's accountability right there.
And deep down in my heart, I knew I was better than the guys that was in front of me. But I told him they was better than me. I said, but I just want to be the best I could be now. He was like, you look the best on the field. We're going to sign you to the 90-man roster. I cried, called my mom and dad, called my agent. I said, I'm on the team. There for like a month. Last guy to sign is always the first guy out in case somebody get hurt. A guy named Jeffrey Pagan got injured, and they had to bring another D lineman in for OTAs. So they cut me, sent me home.
Damn.
So now I'm back at the drawing board again. I'm at home for a month and a half training, and by this time, training camp comes around, and Houston Texans called me back like, hey, you can come here. And then another guy named for Washington called me. It's like, you can come here as well. So they called my agent. Like, you can come to Washington or come to Houston. So at the moment, I'm like, you know what? Let's go to Washington. I got released by Houston already. As a young kid, you don't want to go back in that situation.
It's a little bad.
I already been through stuff in Florida. I don't want to get back in that old situation again. And Bill O'Brien did tell me he's going to bring me back for training camp. But by that time, I'm like, you know what? Let me try something different. In Washington, I had my teammate named Matt Jones. I played with at Florida, running back. Jordan Reed, I played with at Florida. He's a tight end, started team. And I had a guy named Quinn Dunbar, one of the guys I played with at Florida as well. He's a receiver, moved to DB. So I had people I was familiar with. And I went to training camp with Washington, and I balled in training camp. I ain't balled too much. I balled a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous a little bit. I balled okay, and I got released again.
Damn.
So then I get picked up again in October coming around. But by that time, I'm like, this is it. This is the third time's the best.
Yeah.
I come back October and I'm balling, bro. Every time I touch the ball, I'm scoring. Season end, they signed me to the 90-man roster again. So now I got a free slate. Now January come around, I'm going to my second year, but now remember, you got new draft picks coming in. You got new trial guys that been through what I've been through. I'm on a roster. Coming in that next season, I'm confident. You asked a question here, but by that year, I balled. And I led the whole preseason in rushing. And I ended up making my first 53-man roster that year. Yeah.
That process sound like hell, dog.
It was hell. But
Getting signed and dropped and signed
coming
and
home,
dropped.
Yeah. And
that's what I'm talking about, like how I guarantee it plays a big part of what you got in life right now, because going through that's tough. Like a lot of people would have just said, you know what, fuck this, I am done.
Yeah.
The courage and the angst to just keep pushing forward is amazing. So once you got that big break, what in your mind, like what was your next move on say how I'm gonna maintain this and how I'm gonna make sure this doesn't happen to me again? I know again it's not always in your will and your power to do so, because at the end of the day, it's a business that they're trying to run. Yeah. So you could feel secure here or not, but the head honcho is they run it as a business. So how did you kind of prepare yourself and protect yourself and get to that point where I'm here and I'm locked in for good? So what was that for you?
So, like I said, 15 was the year I was on practice squad, on and off the team. 16 is the year I led the team in rushing. But that preseason game against Tampa, you probably seen on my Instagram when I kept breaking long runs. And actually, that game we played.
Man.
Yeah, third game we played a game on Saturday. We played the next game on that Wednesday. It was a hurricane was coming. So it's like either y'all cancel the game and guys get released, or y'all can play the game, but y'all got to fly down the same day. My dad ended up driving in a hurricane to the game. And I was like, what are you doing coming to this game? He said, I'm not going to miss what you do. So they already had me set up to get released after the game.
Damn.
They already had set. They had a guy named Robert Kelly. They already knew he was going to make the roster. And during that game, I said, you know what? Let's show the world what this is. Like, what I've been through since I was younger of trying to get my confidence back in college or not getting drafted, getting released. Let's show people in this one game, even if it's one run. If God give me one run, I get hurt. Let me show everybody how good I am, how great I am. So that game, I took over the game. I had like 130 yards in the first half. And after that game ended, they ended up releasing me again. But they released me to the practice squad. But at the moment, my agent he was a good agent, but he wasn't seasoned yet. So Tampa called my agent. They were like, hey, man, we can come to Tampa. He on practice squad for a week, and we could elevate him, or he go to Washington. My agent like, let's go to Washington, stay in Washington. I ended up being in Washington the whole 7 weeks on practice squad. Week 8, I get elevated to active roster, and now I'm balling. I'm active roster. I'm getting scout team player of the week. I'm getting special team player of the week. I'm balling.
That's that hard work.
Come to week 13, come around, I get 8 carries and 92 yards.
That's that hard work.
Last time I touched the ball was in the preseason for 148. Then I didn't get the ball again until that week. And I had almost 100 yards and less than 10 carries. But that year, I just wish if I went to Tampa or way things would have went. I was in game shape to really run for 1,000 yards. I feel like I could have been a top 5 back that year. My body just was in sequence of me really taking over a game. You know what I mean? And the question you asked me earlier, like how would I do things different, or how can I make the team? So every year, off season, I tell myself get in best shape I could be. Right. You got to have a plan to get in the game. Make sure you leave the game healthy, but make sure I got 4 explosives. If I can get 4 explosives every game, and if I could get a tackle on kickoff, or I can get a good block on punt team, I know I made the team every year. So your main thing is just make sure you have a good rushing yard carry, over 4 yards to 6 yards per carry in a preseason game. And make sure you just make a play on special teams. If you have that DNA, you'll make the team every year.
And it may sound, even to me, it may sound, okay, just 4 of those plays, but I guarantee, what was the difficulty of getting those 4 good plays, though? Like, it's amazing, that number is small, but
it's hard.
In the NFL, 4 plays may be equivalent to 20 or 30 to get them. So how hard was it to get them? Or was it just more of your athletic ability, or just a luck of the draw? Hey, if this hole is open,
it could be all 3. It could be all 3, but same time is long as I can make one guy miss. If I can make my thing is, if a lot of I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but a lot of guys that's great players in the league, right? Running backs. They got, like, Ezekiel Elliott, for instance, 2016, 2017. He had a great O-line, the best O-line ever. He get the balls wide open, right? But he's a great back as well. As a back like me that's 3rd string, 4th string, you're not going to have the best blocks blocking for you. So my thing is, if I'm going to be on the NFL roster, I need to make somebody miss. So my thing is, if I make somebody miss and I move the chains, once I beat my chest, if I do like this in the game and I got a first down, I'm in my groove. I know once I get in my groove, I don't care if a guy get through the line of scrimmage, I'm going to make a miss and I'm going to get upfield. So my thing is, once you get the chains moving, once you get in your rhythm, 4 yards here, 6 yards here, 15. 8 yards here, 6 yards here, 20. Get in the rhythm of your game. You got to get in the rhythm. Like boxing, like jab, jab, hook. Football is 6 yards, 7 yards, 15. As long as you get in the rhythm, that's the main thing.
And it's not that you saying it in my head. I'm just looking at like Falcons game. That's actually how it go in the stands. It's like, God damn, they only getting these small carries, but after those 3rd or 4th play, they gone. So like it's a science and that rhythm to it, and that's wild. So once you got in the NFL, right, when did you realize, like, what was that moment like, damn, I did it, like I accomplished my dream? Like how did that feel for you, and what was that day like, or that week or that month? Like what was that for you in that experience?
I believe it was 2016, I was on practice squad for a couple of weeks, not getting elevated. But that season, I feel like I made it. We ended up playing a game in London. So we flew to London to play the Cincinnati Bengals. flying to London, different country, that was amazing. And people seeing you play like, cause at that time I think we played at like 7 o'clock in the morning American time. I forgot the time it was in London, but when I went to London and played a game there, that's when I knew I made it. It was different. And,
Did you cry one time? Like just had that to yourself moment of like?
Nah, not really. Only time I really cried was when I was stressed out and I was really anxiety was high when I wasn't playing, and then I made my first roster. But by that time, I'm in a groove. I'm having fun. I'm like, you know what? I got money to take care of my family. I got things I could buy for myself. I ain't really buy clothes like that in college because I had to use my money from college to pay my car note. So like, once I started making money, I had time to help my dad pay his rent. So things like that. It was just, I was just want to stay working.
I know that was a great feeling, man. Being able to accomplish your dream, but at the same time, it's like now I can be a provider for my dudes, pops, my sisters, and stuff. It's like that as a man. Excuse me. That's sometimes what we're built for: being a provider, a protector, and you was able to accomplish those things for your family at a young age. But so, were you the first person in your family to make accomplishments this big, as far as like going to NFL? Military value, so you was the first one?
Without a doubt. I mean, my sisters, they both got masters, and they both got great careers now. I think we all push each other to be better. My parents didn't go to college, but as far as the things I accomplished, for sure. I mean, 6'6" All-Pros in high school. I mean, I played in the Under Armour All-American game. I was the first game in DeKalb County, probably the first game in Georgia to play on ESPN. I was one of the Gatorade players. I mean, I was an Army All-American. I mean, I went to the University of Florida as a Power 5 school.
Trying to keep up, man.
Yeah, I mean,
stats,
I was first with my family for sure, and I was on another TV show called Future Phenoms. I mean, things I was doing, my sisters, my mom and dad was really proud of me.
That's amazing.
And at the moment, I was like, it just things keep coming. But I mean, I'm thankful for my journey. Sometimes like I could do things different by going to different school or anything like that. But nah, what God got planned for us is exactly His plan. We step into His steps He got for us. Sometimes we like, wow, I could have did something different, but we always gonna win no matter what.
You know what He's doing.
Yeah,
excuse me again. So now, kind of getting to post NFL, exiting that journey of your life. Like you did all this work to get there, and now it's like, it's time to leave. So what happened there to where it's okay, I'm done. Now let me move on to the next journey in my life. So how was that transition for you?
So 2018. And I was playing Minnesota. I was going on a good contract. I think I signed 1 year deal for $690, right? But going in that year, the year before that, we went to the NFC Championship. We played the Eagles. That's when I was with the Vikings at the time. It was one game for the Super Bowl. My agent was like, if you do what you got to do in the preseason and just have a decent first 2 games, you can get a 2-year deal for like $7 million to $12 million. So that year, I'm excited, like, wow, I'm about to really make some money. I could really, retire my parents, not retire my parents, but help them out more. Yeah, and we get to OTAs. Second drill in OTAs, I popped my tendon.
God damn. Bro.
I haven't got hurt since college. Popped my tendon right here so what I tore, this is called semi-tendinosus tendon. It connects from here all the way down to your big toe.
Damn.
Tore it. It took me out for like the whole off season.
Yeah.
Ended up leaving Minnesota, going back to Washington, and I'm back in Washington. I'm running, but I couldn't get healthy, so I ended up leaving Washington at the end of the season and went back home and rehab. From December of that year to the next June, I trained the hardest I ever trained. When you talking about blood, sweat, tears, I went through that. I couldn't even run on this leg. I'm training my trainer. Mrs. Curtis went back to old school. Mrs. Curtis said, listen, you got to train hard. It's going to hurt every day. Your leg going to hurt every day. I'm talking about, this is how crazy it was mentally. My tendon is tore to this day. The tendon keeps your hamstring structure, right? You got three big major hamstring muscles. I was going to pull my hamstring every day and train it. For me to go to my next phase to get to a 4-4-40, I was going to pull my hamstring every day until I get to that phase. It's no joke. I put this in my life. I'm running every day. I mean, the run rocket, I'm running. I get out, hamstring pull, boom. At one moment, no joke, I'm spending almost $1,000 a week, $1,000 of treatment a week so I can get ready for June training camp. I had my doctor in, Dr. Marco and Dr. Eric Gorman at my training with Mr. Curtis. I said, listen, I know I'm going to pull my hamstring when I do this drill, but I need you to make sure you work on me so I can get back to the drill again.
God damn,
I did everything I could do, spend thousands of dollars of getting ready for training camp. I go to Raiders in training camp. I ball in the Raiders. I was number 3 rusher in the preseason. I got released. No way I got released. No way. I spent all that money all season. I did everything I can do. I balled out. Last game of preseason, I had like 13 carries for 96 yards. Averaged like 4.7. I don't know how many yards it was, but I know I averaged over 4 yards. And I got released.
Damn, man, that person.
At that moment, I was kind of like, it's time to give it up. I ended up going to XFL in January. I played 2 games and quit. I said, I'm done.
Word?
Yeah. But by that moment, I was already transitioned already. 18, I already got my real estate company going.
Okay.
So, but after 2020, I was like, it's time to really move on. And
so were you, at that time, really comfortable with that decision, or it was just like I don't want to do no further injury, I'm kind of, I don't have it no more, or it was just like, you knew, like, you was cool with it when you was done?
It was so much going on. My best friend died from brain aneurysm.
Damn.
One of my teammates played in college. My grandma died. My cousin got killed.
Damn.
My aunt died. Uncle died. Great grandma died.
Damn.
Yeah, then my grandma died when I was in the XFL, and I didn't get to go to a funeral. So when I quit, I was done. I had no time to grieve anybody I lost. So when I left, and I went home, I kind of grieved for a couple weeks. I was like, I'm happy to be done. People ask me now, like, man, you look like you still could play. I said,
well, you just looking like
yeah. I was like, you know what? I probably can still play. I'm still fast. I said, but God got me doing something different. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I went back to went back to school, got my MBA. So I'm doing things different right now, and that's my goal now. You know, give back more to family. You know, also give people that's under me something different. Don't just say you play football. Don't say you got a backup plan. Let's say you got a dual plan. So I'm comfortable of the decision I made. When I quit, I felt like 1,000 pounds of my body just got it off. I said, man, my senior year I ain't played college football. I ain't get no plays. But I played 5 years in the pros. I'm thankful.
Right, because some be lucky to play 1 year or just to even get into the pros.
Even put a helmet on or get in the locker room, people thankful. And I played 5 years.
So no matter how long your career is, it was a blessing, dog. So
I got my credit. I got credit years. I got my credit season, so I'm good. I get my retirement. I got all that, everything.
Oh, you good, dog. Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. So now, since after that, when you say you got your real estate investments going, and also the clothing brand, shouts out.
Oh yeah,
had to rock the shirt, man.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
What made you get into that field of things? Like, what was your mindset there? Just okay, this is what I'm really interested in, or was it just like, let me find something else to do to get these businesses going? So how did that journey come about?
When I was younger, me and my dad, we watched sports together. We watched every sport: football, baseball, basketball. Me and my mom, we watched the show called Extreme Makeover, and it showed people how like people struggling or people have a house and they come in and redo the house. And I always told my mom I want to get in real estate one day, so I wanted to flip. So we got them flipping houses in 18. Well, I started like buying properties like 17, 18, but I started flipping in 19. So I wanted to do that, and I love fashion. So that's actually when I first designed, but I love fashion. I love clothes, I love shoes, I love earrings, I love jewelry, you know, so I wanted to kind of like, you know, make a brand, but as well I wanted to have a real estate company. So you see a lot of guys now, they flip, right? Or they real estate agents. I want to do more than that. So I went back to school and got my MBA in finance, and I got my MBA in real estate development. I did 2 majors. In real estate development, I want to be a developer. I want to develop like multi-family units. So right now, I'm kind of getting into building right now. Like the end of this year, I'm acquiring some land. I'm going to build like 2 houses and 2 duplexes. But next year, I'm going to get into building commercial, like
that's hard.
100 units. That's what I want to do. So right now, you know, I'm doing my real estate development MBA. Now I'm studying for the PMP certification. It's project management. So I can really learn behind somebody how to really manage projects.
Every aspect of the game. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to show people you can do things different, you know, and as well as you know, as a leader in your organization, as an entrepreneur, you want to develop your skills best you can. You want to be a knife. Like I want to be everything. I want to be like Batman. I got my
the whole utility belt,
everything, the whole belt. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm actually getting my PhD as well in leadership to be a better leader, executive leadership. And now I just got into the program at Harvard, a certification program called Business Analytics. It's about how you look at numbers. So I started taking that in August. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is I want to
multifaceted for sure, bro.
Yeah, so I want to make sure the next 4 months, like what month is it? July to December, well, 6 months, whatever it is. I want to make sure I grind it out right now. And by the time December ends, I gotta have all my certifications, and I'll be able to really know the backstory of everything. So like whatever I want to jump into, I can be successful at it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you build a business, you want to be able to build a valuation for the business. Let somebody else, you know, be the leader of it. I'm the leader. I'm the head of it, but let somebody else drive it. Yeah. And the valuation continue to increase, and you can sell your business later on.
Oh, so you looking to get an exit, or you looking for the long run?
I want to be a sports agent.
Okay.
So I want to build this business, my real estate portfolio, and I want to sell it soon. but I really want to be a sports agent.
So that's where you're going, not your end all, but that's your, I'm going to ride this on my boat.
I'm going to ride it out. Yeah. I'm not a lawyer. Most agents, they either lawyers, you know what I'm saying, or they got $1 million. I'm not a millionaire like that, you know what I'm saying? So like my thing is, my agency going to be behind financial services, you know what I'm saying? So my agency, I got to have that's other income coming in to be able to fund. These players are expensive, bro.
I bet.
You got to pay players money from stipends. It's expensive, so I got to fund that. So I got to figure out, like, what can I do to make the most money? So I research every day, like, if I get this MBA, how much money can I make? I mean, I'm being real. I tell kids all the time, like, if I get this business analytics certification, how much money can I make? If I get my PhD, how much money can I make? Like right now, I'm looking at this certification at Wharton School of Business. Is private equity. It's a 2-month program. And I'm gonna start that next in spring.
You got your head in the ground.
Yeah, I just want to work, man.
Hey, that's good. Yeah. Keep your head down and stay focused and locked in, man. Like a lot of people should be doing that because again, in life, you only do this thing one time.
Man.
So how much time do you really plan to waste on the BS and the having fun? Like it's a balance of everything in life, but it's just my view about like the brand inherited, right? Again, it's built on discipline and consistency, but I understand this is bigger than me, dog. When I die, I can't take no car with me. I can't take no house, no money, no clothes. So it is my obligation and my duty to prepare for the next generations coming up. So that's how I had to switch my mindset, especially post-military. It was like, damn.
Oh, yeah, Mary's milk. Yeah,
it was a fun little time.
That's crazy. That's funny you said that.
It was a fun time.
I forgot about that. That's crazy.
But it's like the kids, they are really our future. So it is up to us to prepare them to one day again take care of us and to propel what's coming up next, man. In life. But just real quick to touch on before we get out of here in your clothing brand, let's explain that, what it's about, and then the inspiration behind it.
So Memory, I came up with Memory, the brand. You think about turtles, right? Turtles, I might be wrong because people like looking stuff up, but I believe the turtle got great memory. You know, like the big turtles, they live a long.
Yeah, I'm about to say one of the oldest and the wisest.
You know what I'm saying? So memory-wise, they remember a lot of things. So memory is everything I've been through of childhood. You know, remember I said when I was in college, I lost my confidence. So all my memories I had from park ball in high school, I had to remember those memories to get back confident in college, right?
I love
so all the memories I got from childhood to propel me who I am now, that's why I named the brand Memory. You know, we lose a parent, we lose a grandparent. All that you got left is their memories. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
So my main brand is the M logo, right? It's the M logo, it's Memory. But my secondary logo is a turtle to be the significant factor of like the symbolism of to symbolize turtles live a long time. They got great memories. So that's why I did it too. As well as life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon.
Facts.
If you watch the turtle versus the hare race, the turtle always moves slower, but the turtle always finishes the race.
Yes,
Life is about finishing. It ain't about like, I'm gonna compete with this guy, make more money than him. It's about as long as you happy about yourself, as long as you know you gave everything you got that day, you gonna get to the finish line. And remember, the finish line never ends.
It's a long
Every time
journey.
you accomplish a goal, it's gonna keep going. The turtle always believe in keep running your race. So that's why my brand is called Memory, with a turtle as a symbolization.
That's beautiful, man. I love that, dog. And I'm gonna continue to support. So before we get out of here, if there is one thing that you can go back in time and tell young Mack Brown, what it would be?
Young Mack Brown is not to have a backup plan. I tell young Mack Brown have a dual plan. You know, no matter what you're gonna go through, you know, you're gonna win. And push everything. Push football just like you push your education. I mean, push your education just like you push football. You know, now I'm in school. I'm not saying I'm playing catch up. I'm doing a lot, but I wish I would have used my resources more in college. You know, doing more internships. I wish my 5th year of college I would have got my master's. But have a dual plan instead of a backup plan. That's what I tell young Mack Brown.
That's lovely. And once again, so if anybody that's out here that's watching and listening would love to go to the NFL, would love to get in real estate, would love to start a clothing brand, just talk to them and tell them, give them that advice and help them get to where you at, further than you in life. So just get the people some good advice for that.
So if you guys, whatever dream you have, I mean, you want to be a coach, athlete, you know, whatever you want to do, keep 2 feet in. You know, if somebody you know did it how you want to do it, you know, take a couple steps from them. Like take a little piece from this guy, take a piece from this lady, and put it together for yourself and build a strong engine, build a strong foundation. And I didn't say this earlier, but I work for a finance company as well. I'm an executive consultant. So I tell people all the time, it's like whatever your dream is, bring it to reality. If you really want to do this, read books on it, go on YouTube, look at videos, find mentors that could teach you what you want to do, and go do it.
Facts, man. Same way, bro. I love, I'm a sponge. It's like knowledge is just knowledge and wisdom and understanding. It's what I pray for every day. And it's just getting in and learning stuff. That's the best way you're going to progress in life and grow, man. The best way. But again, man, it was a blessing having you here, bro. I enjoyed the conversation. Pretty sure we'll have another one day soon. You never know. But
yeah, look, the show nice, man. You did a great job.
Appreciate it, dog. Appreciate it, man. It's been a long time coming. But before you leave, to tell everybody where they can find you on social media. If you got any announcements you want to announce, just let them know that. That's all you, Brody.
Okay, social media, find me on Instagram at Mack Prime B, MackPrime B on Instagram. Twitter, you can't find me. I got hacked. On Facebook, you can find me, Mack Brown. Put Lithonia, Georgia behind it. I don't know, they still got my old high school address behind it. That's how you find me. That's it.
Cool, man. So again, y'all can find me on Instagram at SirGatesBC. That's all across the border. Now with Threads too. That's hit me up on Threads at SirGatesBC.
Oh yeah,
Twitter and everything else, man. Following the Inherited Podcast at NHERITD Podcast and the brand NHERITD. That's Inherited. But again, it's another episode of the Inherited Podcast. Thank y'all for listening and tuning in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And follow the page, man. And we out, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir.
That was good.